So this is the new update of this game, The Last Day on Earth Survival. So in this update they have introduced a recycler. This thing allows you to disassemble items you don't need. For example, you can disassemble any electrical item or any kind of part which is any kind of part which you are having in excess, and you can recycle it. So to make that recycler you need 3 oak plank, 8 iron plate, 5 aluminium bar, 1 bulb, 20 nuts and 10 rubber parts. So now I'm going to make that thing. So here it is. It must be in my bag, yeah. So it requires level 2 plant flow. So let me check if I'm having a plant flow here. Yeah, it is here. I think it's gonna take. Okay, it's yeah. So it has been built up. Here you can place items. Let me see what else you can place. Clothes, wheelie mapping, other mechanics, electronics, firearms. Let me try out with my clothes. Okay, so basically this thing is going to recycle your item back to the elements from which you have built that item. Like I used a piece of cloth and 2 pieces of rope and 3 pieces of leather to make this pant. I mean this trouser. But I think it has been already used up. Uh, like you can see that the level of this pant is around half. So it is going to give us 40% of the cloth, 5% of the rope and 0% of the leather back. That means percentage of the raw material of that item you will be receiving back. Let me try it with some. I think I must be taking a camera. Maybe it is going to recycle it. Okay, so camera is going to be recycled into hydra components and plastic. Transistor is being recycled to a scrap metal with 10% of the quantity. Again, it is a scrap metal, and batteries, scrap metal and copper bar. Okay, I think so. One battery is equal to 5% of copper bar and 40% of. So if you're going to put 20 batteries, then you will be getting 200% of the copper bar. That means 2 copper bars you will be receiving after you put the battery in that thing. I would rather like to recycle this thing because I don't see this thing coming to any kind of use in the game till now. I would also prefer to recycle a mobile phone. Like I didn't see any place to use these things until I'll make I mean either you can make a repair station No, you can make a repair station to assemble these things into a well-made product like this explosive material or electronic circuit. Like it is saying that, I mean, this thing requires a lab, electronic lab. Yeah, this one. You need an electronic lab to build these things. And to build these things, you can, I mean, like to make the lab, you need plastic. So at first, you have to build a recycler to build these kind of labs. Okay, my player is hungry, so I must be having something before doing anything else. So let's go back and see what we are going to get after putting a torch and a mobile phone back to the recycler. So by putting a torch, I'm going to get 5% of nuts, 40% of scrap metal, and 5% of aluminum, 0% of aluminum bar. I don't need these things because I have plenty of these things with me. I would rather prefer to put a mobile phone. Okay, so here it is 5% of high-tech components, 40% of plastic. I think that's kind of useful for time being. I must be getting some more mobile phones to put there. So as you can see that there is no increment in the percentage of electronic circuits, so I won't be getting any kind of electronic circuit through this thing. So I would prefer to keep two mobile phones back with me, as this thing is kind of rare if you are supposed to find this thing in forest or place like that. Let me see if I'm having something to put there. Let's see what we will be getting after putting a watch. Let's see. Okay, copper nuts and it's useless. Mobile is, I, I think for me, mobile is the best thing you can put here because it is all the way useless throughout the game. I prefer to not to put expensive watches in that recycler because many of the times when the dealer comes, he he asks for watches, batteries, and some kind of these components to deal with weapon. So key watches to deal with the dealer in the game. Let's see if I'm having any kind of other thing to put in there. Let's see what we'll be getting. Lock, bulb. Okay, let's take these things also. It's the same thing, just like the mobile phone. Scrap metal. Okay, so lock will also give you some amount of plastic. You can't put a rubber part. You can't put this thing. So this air filter will be giving you 5 pieces of thick fabric and plastic. That's useless. It asks, the fourth thing is mechanics, other melee weapon for electronics. Let's start with mechanics and firearms. I'll be taking this gun. Let's take this thing as a mechanical thing they are asking for. Okay, I was having this. So let's go. Signal amplifier will be giving you 5 advanced component, 40% of those. I can't see anything giving electronic circuit. It is a mechanical part. I don't know why it is not accepting this thing. Let's see what we are getting. Okay. It so as you can see that this thing is super useless if you're going to put a high-tech gun like this. I mean, this is the modified AK-47, and this is among the best guns available in this game. As you can see, this is the gun lying here. Maybe you're going to get something after putting a turret or mortar, but that will be useless too, as I can see that I'm not getting anything out of it. It is just a 5% of weapon parts and 0% of steel bar and 40% of scrap iron. So I would prefer not to put any weapon here. So I think that's enough to look upon the working of the recycler and what are you getting through the recycler. I must be putting my things back there. So thanks for watching, and follow and subscribe my channel for further videos on this game and many other games. Thank you so much.